Hey folks, I think it's time for another installment of my waffling video blog. So, today I'm just going to briefly talk about something called planning, um, which back in the old days when people had the first electric cars, which had very, very poor range, 30, 40 miles tops. That was a very, very big thing, even for journeys around the town. However, in this day and age, case in point, I'm driving a 30 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf. Has about 107 miles rated range with the realistically rated range, not the European statistic or the European figure. At the moment, I have 62%. The gasometer, which indicates how if I keep on driving the way I've driven for now, I can do 73 miles. My journey to Chiswick is 12 miles, so round trip 24, 25 miles. If I have to set on a journey like that, and I know I'm going to be there for an hour or two, I always go to a place like Plugshare or Zipmap and just look on the map and see if there's any charging points that will be available. Instead of parking on the street, I'm happy to spend £1 for an hour or 2 hours of parking at a car park where I do have a charging point, so I can plug her in. But in my case, I have no need to do it. Like it will be a nice thing to do, but there is no requirement to do it. So I'm just going to go there. There is a Peugeot or Renault, I think it's Renault, garage in there. Nissan and Renault are the same company, or they have the same, mother company, if you like. So I can ask them if they'll be happy for me to leave the car there for an hour or two. But if they won't, meh. I have to do about 30 miles today because I have to pick up my missus after work as well. But that's pretty much I won't have to plug in today at all. To be fair, actually, I don't have to. But as part of the planning, I always like to see where if there's any available charging at the destination, because obviously it helps. But again, no pressure. Meh. I'll cover a long distance traveling at some point, because obviously then it's different, because then you have to charge if you're going more than 80, say, miles, or if it's a more 80 or 90 miles round trip. But that's it. So I've started with 61%, or 62, so sorry, 73 miles on the gasometer, and I'll update you when I get there, and we'll see how much I've used for like I said, 12 miles journey. We update. So I've arrived in Chiswick. I've arrived with 50% on the battery and 64% on the gasometer. So I could easily do this, probably whole week on the full charge. Without actually need to recharge if I had to do this commute every day. Obviously, any deviation outside of it would require slightly more juice, but yeah. There seems to be quite a few spots in the area. If I look at the Plugshare, just like I mentioned, there's quite a few places. Well, quite a few places. There seems to be even a charging at Sainsbury's down the road, which might have lunch later and go there just to pick up a few things. So there you go. That's the sort of short distance planning that I always do. So a wee update. I've just arrived to the Sainsbury's nearby, and surprise, surprise, they have 2 charging spaces, destination charging. They're 3 kilowatts hour, so it's just a domestic plug. But it'll give me a chance to show you quickly what it looks like. And I have 49%, 62 miles. I've done 50 miles since the charge. Pretty optimistic. Like just a wee tip. The percentage of the battery discharge that's displayed that's not very linear. It will always go very quickly from say 100 to about 90 something, at least in this particular car. Obviously it varies between the car manufacturers. Oh dear. So the fact that I've used 50 miles to get to 49% or 50% really doesn't mean that I'm going to last another 50 miles with that. And I might last another 60 miles. Plus, you tend to drive more carefully when you have less juice. So anyway, I'll just get out. I'll get out of the car and I'll show you quickly how to use the charger. Just need your Source London card. Yep. There we go. And let's see what we have underneath. And right here, inside here, we just have to plug this in. So it would appear we've done 772.78. Time to disconnect. Tick. Done. And the quick shopping at Sainsbury's, we got brought up to 3% up. Not much, but again, this is the 3 kWh socket, and just sort of demonstrate to you that within, don't know how long we've been here actually, but not for long. This was enough to give us 3%. Obviously, if I stayed here for 2 hours, it'll be enough for me to get back. Speaking of destination charges, we're arriving in Nissan. We're supposed to have a rapid charger, which I hope isn't iced, as in it's not blocked by one of their own cars. I can see it already. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Sometimes you have to go inside and actually ask them for permission to use it. But the idea is that you should just be able to drive up as a Nissan customer. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be their customer, as in this particular garage's customer. You just have to be a Nissan customer. Nissan Leaf charging point. That will be us. And well, in this particular instance, it's all nice because apologies for that. There is a rapid charger here, so I can just turn off the car, pop the bonnet, or pop the charging point up. And happy days, they don't require any cards, so just press this little button. We take the wheel gun with us, unwind the cable, somebody won't neatly, plug it in, press the button. And hopefully just wait 20 odd minutes, and that should be it. There you go, 47%. Happy days. So about half an hour later, I had my lunch. We're down to 91%. I don't know if it's going to be visible. Let's hope so. It's very chatty, this car. 28 minutes, 90% this shows. I think we're ready to disconnect. So there you have it, guys. Planning. Again, I knew there's a rapid charger in case I needed to top up. A charging point at Sainsbury's nearby. Obviously, there's a bit of parking charge because it's next to the tube station, but that's alright. You can stay there for half an hour for free. There's loads of other points like that around the UK where you can just, Asda has actually plenty of them. Some Sainsbury's have it, Waitrose. Most of them are free, or you just have to pay, you know, a small fee to use them. So I think that's fair. Nobody wants free electricity at the end of the day. You know, we have someone's got to pay for it. So I've just topped up to 90% here at West London Nissan. It's now 110 miles on the gasometer. So I'm happy to do another week of driving, and on Saturday I might do a video about it's my missus' brother's birthday. We're going to be driving to a pub in the countryside, and I will try arranging with them a charging at the destination. Again, don't have to do it. It's 15-17 miles, but you know, if I can do it just for the purpose of this video, I'll do it. I'll just do it and then show you how easy it is. Well, I'm not gonna film the whole conversation on the phone, but I might I might just you know, show you that it is possible to do it. As always, you know, if you have any other questions, so some people were commenting on the Facebook or under the video, just leave them down below, and if you didn't like anything or something, just tell me, because otherwise I'll have no idea. And if you have any questions, you know, just fire up and I'll try helping you. Cheers!